Welcome to the Forest Analytics Landing Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Russell. In this podcast, we'll talk about how data and analytics are transforming the forest products industry. We'll share how a research-based approach to analytics can empower your forestry organization to make better decisions with your data. Welcome, everyone. This is the Forest Analytics Landing Podcast, and I'm Matt Russell. This is the first episode of this podcast, and I really appreciate you tuning in. Because this is the first episode, I thought I'd share a little bit about the background and the motivation for this. I think there's a lot going on when it comes to data and analytics in the forestry industry, and I think we don't have enough voices and we don't have enough information out there that shares experiences, that shares insights into how important data and analytics are to the forestry profession. And so that's really going to be the theme and kind of the content that will be provided as a part of this podcast. Because this is the first episode, a little bit about the format. My goal is to keep these pretty short, and so these are going to be around 15 minutes or less each, with the idea that they would provide kind of short nuggets of wisdom and insights into data and analytics. I might have guests coming soon, might have other voices as a part of this, but for now, at least for the first quarter of 2022, as this podcast is starting, I'm going to be sharing a lot of information that I've kind of compiled and a lot of thoughts that I've had over the last few years as it relates to data and forest analytics. In terms of the format, you can look for a new podcast every other Monday. And so this should be available in your favorite podcast streaming service. If I've done my homework right, it should be popping up in all of those popular podcast services. I'm also going to put these on YouTube because I know a lot of people spend a lot of time on YouTube for different reasons. And I'm not going to have a video version of the podcast on YouTube, but I am going to have the audio form of it. So I will add in the notes a link to the Arbor Custom Analytics channel on YouTube where you'll be able to find this podcast as well. In terms of what we're going to start with, today I'm going to share a post that I wrote a few years ago called The 3 Data Scientists in Forestry. I think this is incredibly important because as employers and forestry companies are hiring people with quantitative skills, there's a lot of ambiguity in terms of what do we really want to hire and what kind of work might that person do. There's a lot of misunderstandings about what a statistician might do versus a data scientist versus an analytics person. And so this first post that I'll read today is called The 3 Data Scientists in Forestry. This post is called The 3 Kinds of Data Scientists in Forestry. It was originally written on January 2nd, 2020. Data scientists are highly sought-after professionals across tens of thousands of companies, and there's a difference between what a data scientist does and what a statistician does. The field of statistics has been around for centuries, while data science programs at universities are just now beginning to graduate their first students. In statistics, hypotheses are evaluated. In data science, hypotheses are generated. Statistics is often considered a primary data analysis technique, while data science is often considered secondary. Data scientists generate hypotheses, while statisticians evaluate hypotheses. Data scientists aren't just found in tech companies. Titles that include the word data science are increasingly being found in job descriptions across fields in the natural resources. We've hosted the Data Science for Forestry Applications workshop at the Society of American Foresters Convention every year since 2016. Recently, the University of Florida was seeking to hire a data science instructor within its School of Forest Resources and Conservation. Forestry departments within universities are increasingly teaching data science skills with programs like R. Despite the relative infancy of the field, there are different flavors of data scientists. The different skills that data scientists have can bring added value to any forestry company. Recently, Elena Gruwall outlined 3 different kinds of data scientists in a LinkedIn article. Elena is the head of data science at Airbnb, a company that receives over 30,000 applications annually for its jobs. She and her company have learned a great deal about the different skills that data scientists have. So what are the different kinds of data scientists in forestry? Here I'll describe data scientists in forestry that typically focus in one of three areas: analytics, algorithms, or inference. It's a reflection of my own observations across several forestry organizations. The first is the analytics-focused forest data scientist. This person builds tools that are operational. Their roles within organizations are often focused, and they are typically business-minded. While they may not have an advanced degree in statistics or computer science, these professionals can often see how data are integrated across an organization. Analytics-focused data scientists also tend to be great communicators. In short, they have the ability to tell stories with data. They may have skills in data visualization, be strong writers, and may work across several teams in your forestry organization. These data scientists are likely using programs like R, Excel, GIS, and Tableau on an everyday basis. The second kind of data scientist is the algorithms-focused forest data scientist. This person develops tools that allow an organization to get the most out of their data. They may have a background in computer science and/or information technology. Their roles within organizations are often designed so that they collaborate with the field crews that collect the data in the woods and the analysts that summarize the data in the office. These professionals often lead efforts in data management and quality assurance within a company. They may also use data to perform machine learning tasks. A large part of their role is likely in helping others within their organization to use data effectively across diverse platforms. These platforms could include shared internal networks and cloud-based software. These data scientists are likely using programs like R, Python, Microsoft Access, SQL, and Amazon Web Services on an everyday basis. The third type of data scientist is the inference-focused data scientist. So the inference-focused forest data scientist investigates the causes and effects within an organization's data. This kind of forest data scientist often has significant training in statistics and modeling, and they likely have the word biometrician in their job title. They are often the first ones to analyze and model data after it's been collected, and they probably have provided input into how the data were collected in the first place, for example, by determining how much data to collect. These professionals and their perspectives are often valued in a consulting role. They may also be an integral part of the company's research and development efforts and may represent the company as a part of an industry university research cooperative. These data scientists are likely using programs like R and SAS on an everyday basis. So, as the field of data science has grown, specialties have arose with individuals typically focusing on either analytics, algorithms, or inference. In small forestry organizations, one person may fill two of these roles. In even smaller organizations, one person might fill all three of these roles. So, how do people in your organization fit within these three data science roles? I'd love to chat more with you to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening to the Forest Analytics Landing Podcast. For more information on how data and analytics can empower your organization, visit arbor-analytics.com.